Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and in today's video, we are going to uncrate the Cardo Packtalk Edgephones. What's up, Speed Addicts fam? Before we jump into the Cardo Packtalk Edgephones, do us a favor, do you a favor, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. That way you get all of our gear reviews, you're gonna get our buying guides, you're gonna get our Versus series, all sorts of cool stuff happening on our Speed Addicts YouTube channel. Subscribe, don't miss out. Also, if you're gonna shop for gear online, especially Cardo, do it over at speedaddicts.com because, hey, we appreciate your business more than those other guys. There's a link in the description below. They'll take you over to the Packtalk Edgephones. And you'll be able to shop the full Cardo selection that all ships fast, free, with the industry's best return policy over at speedaddicts.com. And lastly, if you live in SoCal, you want to shop Cardo in person, we've got it all here at the Speed Addicts Superstore numero uno, the complete range of Cardo products. We even install Cardo units for free on your helmet. If you buy them here, you'll be stoked. Come talk to the experts here at Speed Addicts Superstore about Cardo products. Okay, what do we have here? This is a innovative solution from the folks over at Cardo. Basically what they've done is they've taken their extremely popular and capable Bluetooth communication unit, the Packtalk series, and they've made a set of headphones for them, okay? There we go, we've got the Edge phone. So their most popular high-end option is the Cardo Edge unit. So you can either buy your Edge phones, the headphones, with or without the unit. So if you already have a Cardo Edge, then or a Packtalk Edge unit that you say use on your motorcycle and is attached to your helmet, but you have a need to use that same unit without a helmet on, then that's where the Edge phones come in. So common uses are going to be in a side-by-side where you're not wearing a helmet, or say you're going to communicate with someone on the track and you're in the pits, right? Or you're coaching a rider at the track. They have to have a unit, right, installed on their helmet, but then you can be off the bike without a helmet on, using your Edge phones to communicate to that rider or even a group of riders, okay? So if you already have a unit, you can buy a set of Packtalk Edge phones on their own for $149. It will not come with the communicator that way. Or you can buy the whole enchilada for $489, which is a discount compared to buying them separately, right? So the whole shoot match $489. When you do that, you're going to get the communicator along with the Edge phones in the box. Either way, you're going to get a beautiful carrying case here that's going to come with your Edge phones to store them when you're not using them. First, a little bit more about the Edge phones themselves. So the great thing is that the Packtalk Edge has a magnetic air mount. Okay, so if you've never used one of these before, there's two units in the lineup that will be compatible with the Edge phones, either the Cardo Packtalk Edge or the Cardo Packtalk Pro, which are their top units, and both of them use the magnetic mounting system. So you just hold that close and that's gonna kind of jump on and secure itself right there. When you wanna take it off, you're just gonna go grab it and pull. There's no switch or release, just that sturdy magnetic mount, which is nice. Now, Cardo units are all water resistant or waterproof, so your Cardo Packtalk Edge isn't going to have a problem with water. They've made the headphones themselves splash proof, as they call it. So if you get caught out on a little bit of drizzle or something in a side-by-side, you don't have to worry. The microphone itself is noise reducing. The whole system has passive noise reduction of about 15 NRR. And so even if you're in a noisy situation, the headphones are going to be noise reducing, noise isolating, as is the microphone that comes with it. The microphone just clips right in. So when you're going to store these in your carrying case, you just pull that microphone off like so, and then you're going to clip that back into place. The units also fold up. So let's show you the carrying case here while I have it out. We'll go ahead and remove our unit. Now, the unit itself is what you're going to charge. The headphones themselves don't have a separate battery. So you charge up your unit and then you're going to clip that in and the headphones will power up. Here is your carrying case, nice carrying case that Cardo is providing you here. All right, so you have a place to store the Edge phones themselves, something to hold your unit. You're going to get a charger, the install instructions, and a little nameplate should you want to use it. So we'll go ahead and zip this guy back up. Put it in the box. and we'll show you how easily these guys fold up so they get nice and compact. Easy to put them in the travel case. Let's talk a little bit more about the capabilities of a Cardo Packtalk Edge in case you're not familiar. So this guy, I'm going to clip that back into place. Whoops. So the cool thing about the, stay put. The cool thing about the Cardo units is their dynamic mesh communication protocol, which allows you to communicate up to 15 people, okay, as opposed to like a standard Bluetooth intercom that is going to be like one-to-one. So if the whole group is on Cardo Edge or mesh capable units, you can get a big group using these guys. So if you got a big posse out in the side-by-sides, or you have a side-by-side with a bunch of people in it and you all want to be able to talk to each other, you will be able to accomplish that with this mesh intercom system. The other great thing is that the speakers inside the Edgephones are high-quality JBLs. There they are, just like they use in the helmet install package. JBL communication, or the JBL speakers from Cardo is really what's taken Cardo to the next level. The audio quality is excellent, where other communicators tend to distort a little bit earlier when you crank up the volume, especially when you're listening to music. The Cardo JBL speakers hang in there a lot longer. So you'll be able to listen to music and communicate with your passengers. You can connect navigation systems so you can hear that coming in. So there's audio multitasking built in there. You're gonna get 13 hours of runtime, 2 hours to a full charge, and you're gonna get about a mile of range out of these in optimal conditions. And that means kind of like line of sight. If you get into buildings, you're using these in the city or using these in canyons and mountain areas, that range is going to drop down a fair bit. So keep that in mind. But if you've got side-by-sides, you're ripping out in the desert, like you're going to get a mile of range, and you could actually even get more, perhaps, depending if you're using a mesh group. So if you have a bunch of people on the mesh group, it can go up to 5 miles that kind of daisy chains across the different communicators in that group. So if you got a big wagon train going to side-by-sides, you could get more than 1 mile because it's going to use everybody as a node on that system. This unit comes with a 3-year warranty from the folks over at Cardo. And I just can't say enough good things about Cardo communicators in general. That is what we prefer at the Speed Addict Superstore, is by far our customer's choice, and just great, intuitive installs and applications. So the Cardo Connect app is what you're going to want to download first when you get a Cardo product. It's going to walk you through installation, use, but it's also going to allow you to connect to all your friends very easily in those bigger groups of riders. Or like I said, if you're stationary and you're coaching someone on the track, any of that sort of thing, download the Cardo Connect app. Very intuitive, available in all the app stores. It's going to let you get done what you need to get done and get communicating, listening to music, all the great things that Cardo allows us to do when we're out riding, okay, or driving as it were in this case. That does it. Cardo Packtalk Edgephones, available just as the headphones themselves for $149, the whole enchilada $489, available now at speedaddicts.com, or come on down to the Speed Addict Superstore if you're in SoCal and buy Cardo products in person. Appreciate y'all for watching. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.